Michael's tireless work ethic was second to none and never waned. He was hard on people, but never harder than he was on himself. His attention to detail was what separated him from other hard-working players. He was known for pushing exhausted teammates back onto the floor after a 2.5-hour practice to go one-on-one. He was always trying to get better and modeled that behavior for others. He never cheated the game or wasted his talents. My whole life has always been about being the best basketball player I could be. A habit worth keeping. As his professional career advanced, Michael's workouts continued to reflect his tireless work ethic. His longtime trainer, Tim Grover, would tell anyone who'd listen about how dedicated Michael was to his training, which was most evident when Michael was shooting the film Space Jam. Grover outlined Michael's movie set regimen this way. A typical day on the set would entail about 40 minutes of conditioning. This included stretching, running, and various basketball drills. Then he'd go to the movie set. At lunchtime, he'd work out with weights for about an hour and a half. Then he'd be back on set from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. From 7:30 p.m. to about 10 p.m., he'd play basketball. Michael was all about keeping the competition going, especially in training. The conventional way of doing things wasn't going to cut it. While playing for the Chicago Bulls, he made sure that practice came first. He created an early morning training session called Breakfast Club. It was like having a gathering every single morning of individuals for the purpose of getting them on the same page, getting them prepared, Grover said. You know, a lot of guys now start thinking about the game when they get to the arena. With Breakfast Club, when we were working out at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., or 7 a.m., that's when our preparation started. There is no I in team, but there is in win. Rise to the top. By the end of his freshman year at UNC, Michael had aged like a fine wine. His maturity went beyond his years, and he became a lead scorer and a pivotal part of the team, an unprecedented achievement for a first-year player. He led the UNC Tar Heels to an NCAA title in 1982. North Carolina was trailing 62-61 in the title game, with 32 seconds remaining. Although Michael was only a freshman, he was chosen to take the last shot on a team filled with experienced and talented leaders like James Worthy, Sam Perkins, and Matt Doherty. Michael was passed the ball and stepped into a jump shot, burying the basket with 17 seconds to go, sealing UNC's fate. Air Jordan was born during that winning moment. It was destiny. Ever since I made that shot, everything has just fallen into place for me. If that shot hadn't gone in, I don't think I would be where I am today. Michael played 2 more years at UNC before entering the NBA draft in 1984. His game had improved so much that many thought he'd be selected number 1 overall in the draft, a badge of honor for any player. It surprised those who knew his potential when he was selected 3rd. Michael used that perceived slight, being drafted behind Sam Bowie, a lesser player who was chosen 2nd, as fuel to prove people wrong. It was a constant theme throughout his life, taking a negative and turning it into a positive. When he arrived in Chicago to start his rookie year with the Bulls, he had to prove himself all over again. Rookies were not treated well, no matter how much fanfare they brought with them. Yet Michael never deviated from who he was at his core. He would work harder and push himself further than anyone else, and ultimately become a leader. He was fearless. Whoever is the team leader, I'm going to be going after him. And I'm not going to do it with my voice, because I had no voice. I had no status. I had to do it with the way that I played.